chapter, we'll be discussing Ashtanga Yoga in detail. So Ashtanga Yoga helps us by eightfold methods in this following ways. That is, becoming free from all fear, desire, and anger. It helps us control sense, mind, and intelligence. It also helps us feel the presence of super soul in transcendental situation. So this is the flow of our chapter. First, we'll be discussing how mind is our enemy and friend. Then we'll explore what is Ashtanga Yoga, what are the prerequisites to practice Ashtanga Yoga, and why is Ashtanga Yoga highly impractical in the present age of Kali. And then we'll discuss the success and failure. What happens if you fail in the process, or what happens if you become successful at it. And then we'll be discussing yogi, who is the topmost yogi. So let's start with E, that is enemy or friend. So this mind as an enemy and friend, it's a very relatable situation for us. Can anyone share such a situation where you felt mind was your enemy and your friend? Anyone can share? Hare Krishna. Anyone can share one situation where mind was your enemy and friend?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, sometimes what happens when I keep my alarm in the morning, so I want to chant early in the morning during Brahma Muhurta, then my mind says, why are you getting up early? Sleep some more time, and I keep on snoozing. So this is how my mind has acted as an enemy. And yes, sometimes it also says, then sometimes I feel, then I might say sometimes, no, why are you wasting your time? You have given your vow. You're supposed to chant early in the morning. Please get up. Then at that time, he's really my friend. This is what I've experienced.
So this situation is very relatable. Sometimes when we are sitting simply, some random thoughts will come. Oh, why did she behave to me like that? Oh, maybe she doesn't like me. Or sometimes we feel, oh, I have to study, I have to see, I have to, we get worried about our future. We have to work hard. We have to manage both spiritual and material life. So, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 6.5th verse, he says, Uddared Atman Atmanam Natmanam sadayet Atmaiva hi Atma Bandhur Atmaiva Ripur Atmana. That is, we must deliver oneself. We must deliver ourselves with the help of our mind. So when we control our mind will become our friend. So if we don't control our mind, what will happen? It will act as our enemy. So mind is the why do we do all these yogic processes? Because to control our mind. When we control our mind only, we'll get the proper benefit of practicing the yoga system. And in material existence, we are under the influence of mind. Actually, what we are supposed to listen to our intelligence, but because we have not controlled our mind, we are in the influence of our mind. So because we are in the influence of mind, what will happen? We will be attracted to glitter in the material world. So we stay conditioned in this world. So we feel attracted towards sense gratification rather than serving Lord or engaging our mind in spiritual activities. So we are all entangled in this material world. Why? Because we are under the dictation of whatever our mind is saying, and our mind is involved in false ego and desire, and that feeling, no, I am something. That is what keeping us attached to this material world. So, in order to overcome this, why do we have to control our mind first of all? That is, it is mentioned in this verse. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, pramati bhalava dridam, tasyaham nigrahas manye, vayo riva duskara. The mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind. See, even such a great warrior, great devotee like Arjuna is saying, mind is way more difficult to control than wind. Then what about us, impure, conditioned souls? How difficult it will be for us to control our mind? Our mind is like a monkey. When we sit simply, sometimes we think, oh, some random thoughts will come to our mind. For no, random thoughts come. Sometimes we feel, oh, why didn't she do that? Why did she do like that? Sometimes we feel super motivated. For example, if you're sitting to study, the sound of the notification from our phone or some beep or some alarm, our mind gets distracted. It cannot be fixed in one place. But in order to practice yoga, we have to control our mind. There is no other way. We have to benefit from yoga, right? So we have to control our mind. So, how can we control our mind? That Krishna offers solution through this verse. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtaya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkaha. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So, what Krishna says is, how can we control our mind? By eating what is necessary, not sleeping more than what is required. So, a Krishna conscious person, how is their mind always engaged in Krishna? They constantly think about Krishna. They only eat Krishna prasadam. They sleep enough to for their body to rest so that they'll be able to serve Krishna very well. So in Bhagavad Gita 19.26, it is mentioned that is, devotees eat sanctified food, prasadam. It's not ordinary food. Whatever they get, they offer it to Lord first before accepting. So in that way, those things become pure. And a Krishna conscious person, they do not do anything which is not connected to Krishna. They are always engaged in serving Krishna. So automatically in this process, they don't have to do tapasya, jnana, or wear saffron clothes and sit in middle of forest. Automatically, their mind is engaged in serving the Lord, and they get all the benefits of practicing the yoga system. Their mind automatically comes under control, and they are not conditioned to material leisure. They don't take pleasure in material activities. Rather, they become happy or they become peaceful when they serve the Lord. So, how can we normal people like us control our mind? It's very difficult. It is very challenging. But we can try our best to control our mind. How? So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, Hare Krishna is the great mantra for deliverance. Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, 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 Gataranyata. That is, chanting of the holy name is the only way we can help ourselves, we can get delivered from this material world. And savai mana Krishna padara vindayo, so we must engage our mind fully in Krishna. Only then there will be no other engagements that will agitate our mind. Okay, and by the practice of Krishna consciousness, we automatically engage in 9 types of devotional service. Can anyone list out what are the 9 types of devotional service?
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam.
Hari Bol. So these are the 9 types of devotional services. So when we engage in this 9 types of devotional service, what happens? Our mind gets purified. Our mind constantly thinks about Krishna. Suppose, like when we watch a film, after watching a film, we get curious to know how that actor is in real life. What is the background of that actor? We start reading about him and we start hearing about him from various interviews, etc. So our mind thinks, oh, he is like that, he is like this. So, similarly, when we hear about Krishna, when we read more about Krishna, when we, as in association of devotees, when we hear Krishna, glories of Krishna and his pastimes, what will happen? Automatically, we start to think about Krishna. We will not think about anything else. And we are all the patient. We are all patients. So, what is expert treatment for us? That is hearing of transcendental activities of Lord and eating foodstuff which is offered to Krishna. This is the perfect treatment for suffering patients like us. So, what are the effects of controlment? So, once we have overcome the enemy friend conflict of mind, what are the effects? That is, we'll become completely neutral to material existence and dualities. we begin to see all objects clearly. Whether it is a stone or whether it's gold, everything becomes equal to such a person, and we are fully satisfied by jnana and vijnana. So, and we see people equally. So, when we control our mind, we reach the most advanced stage that is known as Yoga Aruda stage. Now we'll discuss about Ashtanga Yoga. So before getting discussing about Ashtanga Yoga, in previous chapter we learned the true meaning of renunciation and who is a true sannyasi. Does anyone remember them? What is true renunciation? Is it sitting in the middle of forest wearing saffron and doing tapasya? Is it like that? Anyone can answer. You can answer, no problem.
Is it like you should be detached from the fruits of your activities and you should keep the Lord in your consciousness?
Yes, so true renunciation means what? You perform activity. It's not that you run away from whatever you are supposed to do. You perform that action, but you are not attached to the result of that action. For example, in ISKCON itself, we see many great devotees. They are materially highly qualified. They are in big posts. They are working for multinational companies, but they are not attracted to the wealth they obtain. Instead, they are thinking, oh, how can I use my wealth in the service of the Lord? How can I use my material possession to serve the Lord? Such people are known as true sannyasis. That is why bhakti person who does bhakti yoga, who is in the advanced stage of bhakti yoga, they are known as true sannyasis than people who go to forest, who abandon everything and sit with saffron cloth. Why? Because their mind is always engaged in Krishna. Physically, they may not look like the stereotypical yogi, but actually, what they are always thinking, how can I serve the Lord? That is why they are true sannyasis. So, what are the prerequisites to practice Ashtanga Yoga? Ashtanga Yoga is not a very easy process to do. So, we need some qualifications before we can embark on this path. First is patience. Patience, we know nowadays we are all used to instant result. Like we want to, if we do something immediately, we want the result. We are not patient at all. Yes, and that has technology has fueled it too. For example, if you want to call somebody, now with a click of a button, you can call someone, you can reach somebody. But in earlier days, you had to go to phone booth, put money. You have restrictions to call. So now patience is one of the requisites to practice Ashtanga Yoga. And then determination, we must be determined. So there's a wonderful story of sparrow and garuda that shows us the that wonderfully shows us how determination can be practiced. So there was a sparrow. Okay, so sparrow laid its eggs on the shore of the ocean. So what happened one day it laid its egg on the shore of the ocean, and those eggs got washed away. So the sparrow, it devastated sparrow like anything. But instead of giving up, what did the sparrow do? It tried to dry up the ocean by holding the water in its small beak. It even pleaded to the ocean lord, "Oh Lord, please return my eggs." But still, Ocean Lord didn't listen to her plea. So she took the matters in her own hands. Even though her beaks are not very big, it's not sufficient to take the water of such a massive ocean. Still, she was determined that I will get my eggs back. So, seeing all this, what happened? Garuda saw all this, and as an endeavor to help his own little sister, what did Garuda do? He as soon as he came, the ocean returned all the eggs to Garuda, and the sparrow was able to get her eggs back. So, this is in real life also, the sparrow is such an inspiration. Even a small entity like sparrow is so determined. So, why can't we also strive to be determined no matter whatever happens in our life? And then without deviation, we must be confident, we must be focused in this path. And then we have to control our senses by mind, we have to give up all material desires, all those desire of I want to be famous, I want to be wealthy, all those we have to control, and our intelligence should be sustained by full consciousness. Our mind should be fixed in oneself. We should not know anything else. Nothing should agitate or distract our mind. So these are the 8 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. Ashtanga Yoga. That means what? Yoga, which is for it is an eightfold yoga processes. So first process is Yama. Yama means don't. Niyama. Niyama means do's. Asana is the bodily exercises. Pranayama means breathing exercises. Samadhi means complete trance. Dhyana means deep meditation. Dharana. Dharana means fixing mind on the Lord's form. Pratyahara is self-control. So, how is Ashtanga Yoga performed? This is described in detail in Bhagavad Gita verses 6.11, 12, as well as 13 and 14. One should go to a. How is this yoga performed? We should go to a secluded place, lay kusha grass on the ground, cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth, and the seat should not be neither too high nor too low, and it should be situated in a sacred place, and then the yogi should sit on it firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, activities, and fixing the mind on one point. And we should hold our body, neck, head, it should all be in a straight line and steadily stare at the tip of our nose. And with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, we should meditate upon Lord and make Lord the ultimate goal. Now, do you think this is practical? Suppose for example you tried to do Ashtanga Yoga. What will happen? First day what we will do? We'll go to a forest, sit in middle of forest. We sit for dhyana. But how long can we sit? As I said, like without the phone, we cannot stay for 5 minutes. Such people like us, how can we stay? How can we stay fixed for such a very long time? It's a very difficult process. It's not easy for us people, for us people who are in Kali Yuga. So, the what is the perfectional stage? That is, if you practiced Ashtanga Yoga, what is the objective that you achieve? That is, our mental activities, they become disciplined, situated in transcendence, and we become free from all desires. So there is a wonderful analogies explained in chapter 6, verse 19. That is, Yata Deepo Nivatasto Nengate Sopama Smrita Yogino Yata Chittasya Yunjato Yoga Matmana. That is a Krishna conscious person. Okay, even just like how lamp in a windless place, if the flame stays fixed, it does not flicker. Similarly, a Krishna conscious person is as steady as a lamp in a windless place. So why Ashtanga Yoga is impractical? As I said, so in present age of Kali, we cannot observe the strict rules and regulations. As I said, without phone, we cannot sit simply for 5 minutes because we see we don't have any other engagement. We cannot sit simply 5 minutes. We cannot concentrate. That is prayena alpayusha sabya kalau asmin yuge janaha mandaha sumanda matayo manda bhagyahi upadrataha. That is, people of Kali, they are quarrelsome, they have low intelligence, less lifespan. So for we have less lifespan, we don't have much intelligence, we don't have the determination, we don't have the control of our senses to embark on such a difficult process. And also the bhakti, for us, bhakti yoga is suitable for this age because it is the most direct method of God realization. So next is S, that is success or failure. So see, yoga practice if without control, mental control, it is a waste of time. If you are not serious about this process, you will not only Ashtanga yoga, any yoga processes without, if you are not determined, if you don't have the intent to pursue that path, it is a waste of time. So we must sincerely accept the path of self-realization, but the process of cultivating knowledge and practice of Ashtanga Yoga for people like us, it is very difficult. So even if we try hard, we will fail. We are guaranteed to fail. Why? Because See, when we sit simply, for example, we did sacrificed everything, we left everything, we went into a forest. What will happen? For 5 minutes, maybe we will sit focused. But then what happened? Then some noise will distract us. Our mind will what we feel sleepy, we'll go to sleep. So we don't have that ability to practice such a difficult path. And a conditioned soul, we are all conditioned soul. Why are we conditioned soul? Because we are all attracted to sense gratification and material pleasure. That is why we are conditioned soul. So we are all attracted by the modes of material energy. So even if you wear saffron clothes, sit in a forest, we'll get attracted. Wow, there's a nice girl wearing nice lipstick, nice bag. Wow, there's a big building. We'll get attracted, we'll get distracted from this path of bhakti. This is called yoga chalita manasa. That is, we'll get deviated from the transcendental path because we are not focused. We cannot focus for such long. Okay, so what is the destination of an unsuccessful yogi? Suppose a yogi performed Ashtanga yoga and unfortunately he was not successful. So no worries, that merit is not lost. So what the yogi, after many years of enjoyment on the planets of pious living entities, so such a yogi, he will take birth into the family of righteous people or an aristocratic family. So what Krishna is so merciful, he gives second chance to such a yogi to practice to resume the practice of bhakti, to embark on the path of bhakti by giving him an opportunity to take birth in pious families and take advantage of the facilities and elevate themselves to full Krishna consciousness. So now we'll see why Bhakti Yoga is superior to Dhyana Yoga. See, here after hearing all this elaborated process of Dhyana Yoga, do you think it is possible for us? Do you think it is easy compared to Bhakti Yoga? Definitely not. It is not at all easy. But Bhakti Yoga, you see, it is like taking a lift and staircase. So staircase is our yoga ladder. We'll start from below. Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. So, when you have access to lift, will you take stairs? No, right? That does not make any sense. You will obviously take the lift. So, practicing Bhakti Yoga is like taking the lift. So, when you practice Bhakti Yoga is so easy. For example, Krishna has blessed everybody with some kind of talent. Some people might be very really good in cooking. Some people are really good in singing. Some people are really good in drawing. Some people are really good in administration. So when we use our talent in Krishna in for to serve Krishna and Krishna bhaktas, what will happen? Automatically, we also become purified. Our mind will what get controlled. We won't desire any material pleasure. Instead, what will happen? Our constant thinking process will be, how can I serve the Lord? How can I serve Krishna devotees? So, example of this is presented by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Haridas Thakura was born in a Muslim family and he was elevated to the post of Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya. Why? Because he was so strict, he was rigid in chanting 300,000 holy names of the Lord daily. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And in Srimad Bhagavatam 33.7, it is mentioned, O Lord, people who chant the holy names of the Lord, they are far advanced. Even if you are born in families of Chandala, that is dog eaters, such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifice, bathed in all sacred places, and finished all scriptural studies. So, what Krishna is trying to imply is a bhakti yogi, even if you are born in the least, lowest, untouchable caste, also, if you pursue the path of bhakti yoga seriously, you are as good, if not high, on a higher level than a dhyana yogi or some yogi. Because practicing bhakti yoga, automatically you are fulfilling the objective of the objective of the yoga system, that is to gain control of our mind, control of our senses, and to achieve the supreme lord. And bhakti yoga is full spiritual knowledge, and therefore nothing can excel it. Bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga. There is nothing, it is undefeated. There is no yoga processes that can match bhakti yoga. And practice of bhakti yoga is also very easy, very simple. What we have to do nine devotional service. See, when you do bhakti yoga, when you follow Prabhupada's instructions, when you serve the devotees, automatically you are engaged in nine processes of devotional service. We don't have to be calculative. See, problem with yoga like Ashtanga yoga or Jnana yoga. See, problem is what is the? It is so difficult. First of all, it is very difficult. Second of all, you should have proper knowledge as to how to pursue it. It is not easy. It is unnecessary hardship. Whereas Bhakti Yoga is so easy. Like if I have some talent, all I need to do is I have to engage in the service of the Lord, chant the holy name of the Lord. It's like again staircase and lift. So it is wise to take a lift than staircase. Am I right? Does anyone disagree? Isn't it better to take lift than staircase? Obviously. So that is why Bhakti Yoga is superior to Dhyana Yoga. And now we will discuss who is the topmost yogi. That is yoginam api sarvesha mat gate antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mata. Of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most ultimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So, what is Krishna's opinion? Of all the yogis, the yogi who has great faith, who always abides Krishna, who always thinks of Krishna, oh, he thinks of me within himself. He is most intimately united with the Lord in yoga, and he is the topmost of all the yogi. So, to summarize in one sentence, Bhakti Yogi is the topmost yogi. Can anyone tell why Bhakti Yogi is the topmost yogi? I would like to hear from our student audience also. Why Bhakti Yogi? Krishna is telling why Bhakti Yogi is the topmost yogi. Why not any other yogi? Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, as per His Grace Srila Prabhupada, to practice bhakti is very easy in this Kali Yuga. In the family, we can cook means keeping Krishna in center, we can do all the day-to-day activities. That will be is a part of bhakti. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Please,
Krishna.
please correct me if I am wrong.
No, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, Haribol, this is what Prabhuji said is right. That is, Bhakti yogis, they are, even though they are not physically, they are not doing very difficult looking processes, asanas, and all those things. They are engaged in the service of the Lord. They are constantly thinking about Lord. That is why Bhakti yogi is the topmost yogi. But there is one caveat, one disclaimer. Even if you are doing bhakti yoga also, if you don't pursue it consistently, if you are not focused even in bhakti yoga, there is no benefit. Again, we will have to take next birth. We will have to come to this material world. But one bonus is if suppose, for example, you got introduced to bhakti yoga in this birth, and you did small in bhakti yoga in small ways. So Krishna is so merciful. Next birth, it will not get nullified. Instead, you can continue that process of bhakti yoga and reap the benefits of bhakti yoga. So this is it. So now we'll do a small recap. So in short, to summarize this chapter, Krishna is telling that bhakti yoga is superior to all yogas, even dhyana yoga. So we all witness, see how difficult it is to perform dhyana yoga. You have to sit in a we have to sit in a secluded place. Our mind should be free from distraction. Um, we should have control over our senses. Our body, mind, neck, everything should be in a straight line. we should be focused on Krishna. Is it possible? No, right. It's not possible for us now because we are all mandabuddhi and our lifespan is short. We don't have much intelligence. We don't have that kind of a control. That is why Bhakti Yoga is the best medicine for all of us to reach Goloka. So, anyone would like to summarize today's session in their own words? Anybody? Hare Krishna. Any student, anybody can summarize what we discussed today.
Radhika, Hasini, please go ahead and do one of you.
Hare Krishna. So today we saw about Ashtanga Yoga and how Bhakti Yoga is better than Ashtanga Yoga, and we learned also how our mind is our enemy and friend, and how we can control our mind and make it our friend. And we also talked about the topmost yogi who was a Bhakti yogi.
Hare Krishna. So, can anyone tell how can we control our mind? What is Krishna's solution? Anybody can tell, no problem. No need to raise hand. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Engage in Krishna's seva, like
Haribol. So, how can you engage? Can you give some example? How can I engage my mind in Krishna's service? Anybody can tell. No need to raise hand.
Like whatever you're good at, you should do that as an offering to Krishna.
Haribol. And Krishna's devotees, do they eat restaurant food? Do they take happiness in material pleasure? Anybody can answer, no problem.
No, they don't take interest.
So instead, what do they do?
They cook at home, offer to Krishna, and they honor that.
Haribol. So would anyone like to try Dhyana Yoga after hearing how difficult it is?
no.
So whenever you have a feeling, whenever somebody tells, oh, you people are very Krishna Bhaktas, but you people are going office also, you are pursuing your normal life, just tell them it's like taking lift and staircase. Either you can climb staircase, Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, etc. And there is high chance of failure also, because if your mind is not fixed, you will not get the benefit of doing that yoga. Again, you have to take birth. Again, you have to start from zero. But Bhakti Yoga, see, it is so easy. We see, no, every week, for example, we are having a Mangal Arati. So in Mangal Arati, not only are we listening to class and hearing Kirtan, but many devotees are engaged in the service of other devotees by preparing wonderful prasadam, by preparing venue, by facilitating so that everything goes smoothly. Hare Krishna. And uh, can anybody Hare Krishna. So this is it. So this is chapter 6 in short. That is Bhakti Yoga is the topmost of all the yoga. And to control our senses, it is simple. We have to engage our senses in the service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Devyaani, for the wonderful session. Thanks to you. And just to tell you all, Devyaani is a dear daughter, elder daughter of His Grace Radha Ramana Kripa Moidas, Prabhu, and Her Grace Lila Parayani Lakshmi Rani Devi Dasi Mata. So very big hand to her. Very good. Wonderful. Thank you, Devyaani. So let us take some questions. Is it fine, Devyaani?
Mataji, I will try my best. I am not the best person, but I will try.
No problem. Whatever is there. I saw Ramakrishna Prabhu had raised his hand. I think he wants to say something. Let's hear from him. Yes, Ramakrishna Prabhu. Haribol? Okay. Anybody else would want to ask? Anybody else want to say some
Krishna,
encouragement?
now,
Yeah, now we are able to hear you. Yes.
Devyani, that was really very easy. You began with the chapter saying that easy is the acronym for this chapter, Dhyana Yoga. But somehow in between, you turned the whole table saying that Bhakti Yoga has been the most easiest. So this was very bewildering to me. Ah. And also, you've been in the guise of telling us Dhyana Yoga, you actually gave a full preaching session on Bhakti Yoga itself. So that was another second bouncer that went across. But I must definitely say the way in which you spoke and the confidence that you had, and the simplest ways of how you could manage the whole exercise was very interesting. You just picked up the most important nectarian and to the point verses within this chapter. You brought in beginning to tell us how Krishna speaks about what is Uddharedatmanatmanam, and you went on to say that even though one may struggle a lot to continue in Dhyana Yoga, but ultimately, what is the best thing that do? How Krishna actually protects and how he guarantees one who's doing the Bhakti Yoga without any failure. This was very interesting and very, very positive. I must definitely appreciate that. And I was of the opinion, probably you said that one is like a staircase, the other one is like a lift. But oftentimes, if you have seen any building which is being constructed, they first build up the staircase rather than going up directly to erect the lift. Reason, in any case, in any kind of a bhakti process also, both are required. You also have to have a staircase and you also have to have a lift. Lift is for convenience, staircase is for emergency. And it is always there available for us to keep us on float. And that point is also definitely Srila Prabhupada does mention that also in his purports in this particular chapter. It is not to demean the staircase, it is basically to say the convenience is lift. So therefore, in our approach, we don't discourage someone who's performing dhyana yoga. That could be their inclination, but then the results could be much more faster when we do the bhakti yoga process. So that is also, I think you definitely emphasized that point also very nicely. I appreciated that. And if others have any question, they can ask. Otherwise, if I'm permitted, I will ask another question.
I think you may go ahead and ask a question.
Okay. So if Bhakti Yoga is considered to be the most easiest and simple for this particular age and time, yet why is that people don't take advantage and take up to Bhakti Yoga process very widely? Not that they are practicing some other kind of a yoga system, even that is also not there, even including Bhakti Yoga, when it's available, free, easy. Why is that people don't take this process?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I think it is lack of awareness because in Bhakti Yoga, people don't get much material benefit. Rather, we get a much higher, much advanced level of benefit by gaining control of our senses, etc. But most people they embark on this journey thinking that if I practice Bhakti Yoga, Krishna also will become pleased. So I will also have some material process. So they are not guided in a nuanced way to realize that Bhakti Yoga is performed solely to please the Lord. Rather than for material advancement, it is meant to take us, elevate us to a much higher level, that is back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very nice. You brought in a very nice point. Then are you going to present also the 18th chapter in the sequence?
No, Prabhuji. 10th chapter and 16th chapter only.
Okay, so one who's going to present the 18th chapter, I will bring back the same question to them. Because Krishna, in fact, the Bhagavad Gita, the last sloka says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Tatra Partho Dhanurjara. Wherever they are is Sri Vijayir Bhuti. It said that you will get all material opulence, you will get material victory, you will get all the wonderful things around. So why do you say that one who follows Bhakti Yoga will not get material benefits?
Prabhuji, I didn't mean like we will not get material success at all, but I'm talking about beginner people, people who just started Bhakti Yoga. They don't know much about Bhakti Yoga. So what they think, okay, anyway, it is some way to please the Lord. That is why many people prefer, worshipping Shiva, Ganapati, etc., because they want instant result. It is not that if you practice bhakti yoga, you will not get any material benefit, nothing like that. Krishna will give you everything, but we have to practice bhakti yoga slowly, slowly, steadily. And when we are steady in bhakti yoga, automatically we will be materially successful also. I meant like people who start. Many people, majority people, even I think our family also. Initially, we thought, okay, when we do bhakti yoga, every material problem will be solved like that. But actually, under your guidance, Prabhuji, we got to know when we surrender ourselves to Krishna, when we slowly practice bhakti yoga, automatically Krishna will give whatever we deserve, like that. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mhm. This is again putting me into another question, Devyani. Your answer is making me to ask another question. Sorry for that. Somehow Radhita escaped, my grill, but I'd like to continue with you, if you permit me, and if you don't take it otherwise. You're trying to say that only the beginners might think like that. But in practicality to see, even those who have been practicing Bhakti Yoga, their Bhakti also, if they require to continue to do Bhakti, they also require a lot of material support. And without material sustenance, no one can actually even perform. For example, even to talk of a good health, which is a bodily health, which is totally material. But we should understand how to use that. The success in the Bhakti Yoga is to ability to use it in the service of Krishna. It's not that Krishna does not give. Even if others are worshipping the demigods, even those worshippers are also getting the benefit only from Krishna. Though they don't know it, indirectly it comes from Krishna only. So my point of saying is that probably this approach, what we think that only beginners are approaching, or they're not inclined to worship Krishna or perform bhakti yoga, may not be the correct way of expressing that. My understanding was, why do not people actually take up to bhakti yoga? Because most of the people think if something it is so easily and simply available, then probably it is not valuable. That is the reason. Suppose if say you are in your school and somebody in the front of the school comes and says, hey, come here, I want to give you an iPhone. So what generally you might feel is that, no, this must be a fake thing. So why should I go there? So people probably don't have the right understanding. Therefore, they may think like that, whether it could be a newcomer or a beginner or someone else who has been practicing for some time. People generally think we get only our results when we have a lot of hard work, only then. But whereas Bhakti Yoga, it is Susukham Kartum Avyayam, and Krishna says that it is so easy to practice, and those who have the good faith. So, lack of faith is the actual reason why people do not practice Krishna consciousness. Thank you, Devyani. Thank you for your patience and very confidently answering whatever I was trying to twist you to ask you. That was very nice. Wonderful. I'm happy with it.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Devyani. Really, I really liked your composure. Very calm. your words very, very confident. No way there was any stammering or thinking this, that, and all. Flow was very nice, and you brought out very wonderful points and to the point. It was very nice. May Krishna bless you, dear. I'm so very happy. We're all very happy, in fact. Very, very nice. So we look forward to hearing the next. I think you are allocated 2 more chapters. In fact, all the children, each of you are going to talk about 3 chapters. So with this, we come to the end of the first section of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the first 6 chapters. I think there is one Roshan who has raised his hand. Do you want to say something, Roshan?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, I saw your hand was raised, so I thought you want to say something. Okay. So yeah, so 18 chapters. So we have 3 sections, 6 chapters each. So with this, we come to the end of the first section of the Bhagavad Gita, and tomorrow we start the second section, which is from chapter 7. Yeah. So that was very nice. So you have any quiz or anything that you've arranged for, or how do we do it, Devyaani?
No, Mataji, I didn't arrange any quiz. Like in between what questions I asked,
Okay.
literally.
Yeah, very nice. That also is a very nice way of doing it. Absolutely fine. Very nice. Very good. Thank you, Devyani. So before we wind up the session for today, Keshri Mata, you'd like to say something?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam Mataji. Wonderful class, Devyaani, Hari Bol. I'm very sorry, beta, because I didn't have the net connection here. My Prabhu had taken the mobile. Moment he came, I joined the class. By the time the verse was like the story of Garuda and the sparrow was going on. But it's a very interesting chapter. I personally like this chapter because too much practical aspect been given, which is very, very important actually, and how easy it is. And I was waiting for the acronym, and Prabhu just rightly said the acronym. Easy is acronym, and it's really easy to practice Bhakti Yoga, provided, as Prabhuji said, the faith is necessary. And as Srila Prabhupada always says, that simple living, high thinking. The problem is to be simple is very difficult. That's the problem, actually. It's a very easy process. Krishna says, you can directly approach me, very joyfully perform. But Krishna always says, right? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyante vasudevam sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. It's very, very rare to come to this path, but we are all so fortunate to be in this path by the mercy of our Shiksha Gurus and Gurudev. I'm very happy, and you put it in very, very simple language, and I always appreciate your level of putting up things so confident. And I love all the children because they are practicing all these things in their life. That's what you could present in, and Krishna could reveal the knowledge to you all. That's really quite evident. I wish everyone should watch these classes to get inspired. My best wishes to you. I know practically and I know personally about you and how everything what has been taught to Sachin Mataji and your parents have groomed you so nicely, because I've been seeing in because of your parent, I'm there in this path. Our whole family is there in this path. So you all are our Vartama Prataksha Guru. So I'm indebted to you all. Very, very happy. I just want to know all the acronym, and I'm just trying to fabricate it. Maybe at the end of 18 chapters, I would like to correlate with all the acronym and what would come out. Let's see. I'm eagerly waiting for it. Thank you, beta. Hari Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving us an opportunity to devote some time. Hari Bol. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Keshri Mataji, for your encouraging words. So, Prabhupada says, Bhakti Yoga is simple for simple people, complicated for complicated people. If you're simple-minded, it is simple. If you yourself are complex, like Ramakrishna Prabhu was saying, they start, how can such a simple thing be? How can it happen? They start arguing like that. Come on, it's all bogus. Huh? How can we attain Krishna so simple? Just by chanting it happen like that, because they're complicated people. So they cannot accept anything which is given very simple things. So Prabhupada says, Bhakti Yoga is simple for simple people, complicated for complicated and complex people. Okay. Thank you, Devyaani. Yes, let's hear from Ravi Teja Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Pranam. Thanks for all the childrens. I could not appreciate Radhita. Radhita's meeting was also very good. I have last met some other meetings, so I quit. And on behalf of all the children, I thank Sachi Mataji also for organizing this wonderful program by seeing the time and place in the holidays. As in the Bhagavatam, when Sukadev Goswami, His Grace Sukadev Goswami, and all younger people are giving the preachers, Vyasdev Bhagwan also is available there. Like that, all the children are giving the good lectures. And as a Vyasdev Bhagwan, Ramakrishna Prabhu, in between he is coming and he is guiding us, asking questions and very nice. Actually, like Ramakrishna Prabhu's questions today, I liked. What I mean to tell is, okay, you all children are very means very blissful to touch Krishna conscious. It is like a fire. You have touched with knowing or without knowing or with the blessings of gurus. You have touched it. You constantly, continuously do the practice so that your all the sins will be healing up. Please don't discontinue or and the same as children are also there in our team. So with your friends also keep it continuity so that all the sins will be healed up. And also Sachi Mataji, she is a mother. She knows at what time what to be given. Like in the child bones, in the preliminary days, we'll give soup and like smooth things to digest. And then further, we can give the big bowls and all like that. Bhakti, first of all, you are very pure and very means hearing to parents and gurus. At this time, Bhakti Yoga should be more deeply taken. Okay. As Ramakrishna Prabhu's question, what I like is he was deviating. He started by appraising the Dhyana Yoga, but you told about Bhakti Yoga. Like that, questions were very nice. But at this time and place, what we have to take is when the Guru is telling at this time and place, when the body is pure, young, we are very energetic, we have to carefully, deeply take first Bhakti Yoga. Then in the further lives, little see, for example, I tell. First of all, when we come into Krishna consciousness, we used to fully focus on Bhagavad Gita, Krishna conscious, Krishna like that. But now, as the maturity come, we were very much little practicing Bhakti Yoga, and the age goes up. Remaining all so many other elements also will come into our life. Sorry for disturbing and taking long time. You are all children. What the age comes and all what happens, that all you may forget conveniently. Now you do Bhakti Yoga, take up Bhakti Yoga deeply. And after that, the Guru is there. Nowadays, see, well-being concept has come. Beside Bhakti Yoga, there should be economy, there should be balancing life, mind, everything. So, so many other things are there to learn. But as the mother is telling, at this time, this is the thing we have to take it, means deep into heart. You are all doing that by doing kirtan, bhajan, and by attending to Mangala Hartis. You are very much doing for your austerity. I bow down for your austerities. Please continue to do. That's all. Here to your parents, here to your gurus. That's successful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Ravi Teja Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you for encouraging the children to continue the path of bhakti. Thank you. Yes, Keshri Mata, you want to add something?
Yes, Mataji, this question might be silly. I do not know, but I keep on having this question. why is there any scientific reason behind for yogic and meditation process to have this kusha grass and deer skin? Is there any scientific reason behind it, Mataji? It acts like a repellent or something in the forest. What is it?
Let's hear from Devyaani.
Mataji, I don't know if this is correct or not, but I don't know about scientific reason behind it. I think it is just to make us more humble, to humble ourselves. It is like part of giving up all material comfort so that we can give maximum time to think about Krishna and achieving that realization, Krishna conscious. I think it is like that. It's part of austerity to achieve Lord, I think, and control, I think. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Devyaani. Okay, in fact, Prabhupada gives the answer in the very same verse in his purport where when Krishna is talking about how the asana part, how they should be seated, they have to go to a secret place, it should be raised and it should be covered. It is a repellent. He says very clearly why to use kusha grass and all. Because in the forest there are venomous snakes, all kinds of insects, and so many things coming. Yes, kusha grass acts as a repellent. Why? Because they should not get disturbed. So because the most important thing is, it also talks about fear, right? They should also come out of fear. So that part is also there, PT, yes. So if they're thinking, oh, okay, now I'm sitting, maybe some snake will come, maybe this will come, if they keep thinking, then they cannot concentrate. Yeah. And one of the important aspect to become successful in the Ashtanga Yoga is also to become free of fear. That is also the important point is there in that. Yeah. So Keshri Mata, to answer you, Prabhupada, he explains in this purport the very same verse that yes, kusha because it acts as a repellent.
Okay, Mataji, got it.
Thank you, Devyaani, and thank to all the wonderful devotees who assembled today. I request all of you to please continue to be on time. Sorry, today I was a little late in starting the Zoom. I'm sorry for that. Please excuse me, but I request all of you to please continue attending the rest of the next 12 more chapters and unravel and be with this wonderful journey. So with this, we will end the session. But before that, Devyaani, can you please chant the Vaishnav Pranam Mantra?
Avancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thanks, Devyaani, once again, and thanks to your parents also. And thanks to all the wonderful children. And wishing you all the very best and waiting eagerly to hear more from you. Tomorrow we go to the second section of Bhagavad Gita and we start with the 7th chapter. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, take care and have a great day. Okay? With this, I will end the session with your kind permission. Okay? Hare Krishna.